Are you behind on your mortgage? Have you been behind on your mortgage? Have you been out of work? You have difficulty paying your mortgage as it is now? Those are all questions that we can answer and that we can work with in a Chapter 13 bankruptcy. My name is Dan Staeven. I am an associate in the bankruptcy department here at Frost Law. If you're behind on your house, and you've been behind on your house for, an example would be 6 months, and you're unable to pay that amount to catch up, you may be in the process of being foreclosed. If you're in the process of being foreclosed, it is very difficult to get out of that situation. It is very difficult to pay that entire amount up front to be able to get your house out of foreclosure. If you were to file Chapter 13 bankruptcy, you wouldn't have to pay that 6 months of past due payments all at once. You would be able to pay those 6 months of payments over the course of a 5-year plan. Now, of course, your facts need to be that you're able to make the monthly payment now. You're just not able to make the monthly payment and that whole amount to stay in the home. But you want to save your home. You want the opportunity to be able to use that asset in the future, grow old in that home, raise your children in that home. You want to be able to live in that home. In my experience, there are several incidences where somebody has been behind, and the reason they were behind is they were out of work. They were unable to make the payments, and now they're back to work. And if they're back to work, they're back to being able to make the payments, but they can't catch all of that up. So they contact a Chapter 13 attorney like myself. We go through the process and we talk about being able to make that monthly payment and be able to make what's called a trustee payment. You make that trustee payment every month, and of course, it will go towards making those arrears payments for you to be able to keep the home. Of course, there are other situations that happen here. Typically, somebody comes to me not just with their home mortgage being behind, but with credit cards, medical bills, other kinds of debts that need to be dealt with in a bankruptcy. You must know this. You must know that the priority debt in this situation is your home mortgage. It is a secured debt. It is your biggest asset. It is the thing that you want to keep. So, of course, you want that asset to be taken care of. The way that a Chapter 13 plan works out, more times than not, there is 100% of the arrears paid back, and a very small portion is paid back to other creditors. That's where you're able to get current and be able to keep your home. The interplay between your home mortgage on one end and your unsecured debts like credit cards, personal loans, medical bills, those are the two things that play off of one another to be able to make the trustee payment each month that will go towards those arrears that will ultimately help you save the home. Let's talk about a real world example, an example of somebody who has come to me in the past. They were 7 months behind on their mortgage. Both husband and wife had been out of work for periods of time, and they just weren't able to manage. The unemployment that they were receiving at the time wasn't capable of helping them pay their home mortgage, so they fell 7 months behind. When they got back to work, and they had new jobs that were actually paying more, they came to me and they said, well, we can make the monthly payment, we just can't pay 7 months worth of back payments to be able to keep the home, and they're going to be going to foreclosure next Thursday. Now, you think that this might be a problem that it was going to foreclosure next Thursday. It's really not. This can be taken care of relatively quickly, and an emergency petition to be able to stop the foreclosure sale. These particular individuals were able to make their monthly payment. They were able to make a payment to the Chapter 13 trustee for the purposes of the arrears, and now, several years later, They have equity in the home, and they have completed their Chapter 13 case. In today's video, we discussed being late on the mortgage and how a Chapter 13 can help you recover from that situation. If you like this video, please comment, like, or subscribe to the Frost Law channel and view our other content.